The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Hands it off out of the gun. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. Fielded just inside the 20. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And it'll be Dolphin football. First and 10, Willis. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. And Willis keeping it himself on the option. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 16 more on that one and another first down. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I'd get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, or probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
All right, Charles, we've spoken about this offense plenty, how great they've been all year. 9-0 now, into the back half of the season. Super Bowl favorites, without a doubt. I think everyone agrees on that. What do you think is the thing that most stands between them and a perfect season?
I think it's themselves. I think it's their team, how they approach things, how they conduct themselves during the week, practicing, getting ready, and then going out and playing. Can't take your foot off the gas pedal at this stage. Doesn't matter if it's a weak team you're playing or not. Look, when I talk with one of the best golfers of all time, he told me he never played against the field. He just played against himself and his own standard.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion.
Their first possession of the game, and they're already going after double coverage.
That's a nice completion that can set the tone for things to come if they're able to keep finding ways to beat what the defense is throwing at them. They look like they're confident that they can get it done.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line.
What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
To throw, here's Willis. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on about his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Anytime they think they've got him open beyond the markers, you know they're going to throw it his way. And that's not going to change even after that incompletion was forced.
The kick by Sanders is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, I think when you talk about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake. They've taken care of that early.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
The Chiefs at 7-2 here on the year. They were losers last time out, but winners of 7 of 9 prior to that.
Last week they took one on the chin, but to me, this is a pretty resilient bunch. So I don't think they'll dwell too much on that loss. They'll be looking to come out in this one and make amends right now.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. On play action, it's Mahomes sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bradley Chubb racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
And this throw will be intercepted.
And the Dolphins will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, that's one way you take away a first down as a defender. Make sure you have a little bit of physical play when the ball gets to the receiver. Find a way to jostle it free. They caught him off guard, forced the incompletion.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. A run between the tackles with Breida. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Hill on the return. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
On 1st down, Willis.
And going deep for Hill. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Justin Reed.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Willis will look to throw it.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Willis. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Touchdown! Mike Gesicki with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
The Chiefs take it over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Mahomes now on 1st down. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
Breida, they'll go up the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And for the third time here in this hit. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. Well, do you want to unpack that one or do you want me to?
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
On first down, Willis. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes our score 17-0. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
On second down, they'll run it here. And some room to work. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
58 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Now here's Mahomes. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Meanwhile, Willis' throw is taken in by Waddle.
And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Now Willis on 1st and 10.
And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
On 2nd and 10, Willis. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime.
Back to throw, Willis.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Durham Smythe, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Dolphins go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
He's going to let it go again. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there just before halftime. 75 yards. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Mahomes now on the sneak, and he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Chiefs are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll make it 24-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Here's 2nd and 10. 2nd down throw coming by Willis.
And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
First and 10, it's Willis.
Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Now Willis to throw.
And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Last play of the half, Willis.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside.
Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked up by Justin Reed.
And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
Well, pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Here's a give up the middle. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So no gain on the play, and that'll make it second down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Forced out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Christian Wilkins just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
"86 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for him.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Nicole Hardman from 6 yards away.
And the Chiefs get a bit closer.
Butker on for the PAT. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
From the 27, Willis. He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
3rd down, it's Willis.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Well, Jarius Sneed up to make the play defensively.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 17-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up.
We're back now in KC. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4.
Here we go.
This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long.
Here's Willis, 3rd and long.
And going deep for Hill. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
So that, maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
It's Kelsey on the ground. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's got some space here. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
111 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Finding Hardman here over the middle. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Running out of the gun here, Breida. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now Mahomes got to have this one. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold.
Willis looking to throw on 1st down.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
And the Chiefs are right back in this football game.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's Mahomes to throw. Flushed out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Mahomes throwing on 4th. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes.
He finds his man, Sky Moore. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
From the 36, Mahomes. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Jalen Phillips drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And now here is another interception. Picked off Byron Jones.
And the Dolphins are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that...
And nowhere to run for Willis. He goes down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, at least it wasn't a turnover like the last drive. You'd think they'd make an adjustment and be ready to make up for that turnover. Instead, just another big play for the defense on that snap.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. 2nd and 5 now.
Willis.
That one complete to Hill. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Durham Smythe with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Makes the score Dolphins 34, Chiefs 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally...
And my goodness, another interception. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Bearcats at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Mahomes going to throw. He's got his man. That's Hardman. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. From midfield, here's Mahomes. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
And now here is another interception. Brandon Jones picking it off. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of the time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile.
But, Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Miami, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week